All right, let's check this clip out.
Am I excited to go to the pumpkin patch? Oh, Jane, I'm so excited to go to the pumpkin patch. To spend 700% for a fucking pumpkin that I could buy at the grocery store for $6. I'm gonna spend $45, then listen to the kids bitch and moan for 2 hours while we walk around.
I think more and more of us are realizing some men want the aesthetic of a family and kids, but they don't actually want to be married and have children. Can you imagine being a kid? You're so excited to go to the pumpkin patch. You're so excited to spend some time with your dad, and this is what he's saying in the front seat. And I believe at least one of their kids was in the back seat while they made this video. And there's a couple comments like, this is every dad. No, this is not every dad. I grew up with a father who loved to spend time with his family. And I was just with my brother who also loves to spend time with his kids. He very excitedly took all three of his young children to the pumpkin patch, him and his wife, both excited. Got the pumpkins, got all the fun fall food, all the apple cider, all the donuts, etc. Took a bunch of pictures and made happy memories with his family. I really think more men should consider not getting married, and I don't mean that as some sort of slight, but I feel like some of them don't know there is an option where you don't get married and you get to stay home, you do whatever you want, you play your video games or whatever else it is that you are really interested in doing if you are not interested in being a good husband and raising your children. If you would much rather just drink with the boys, just watch your sports games and not be bothered, then just do that and don't get married. And women, before you get married and have children with somebody, really make sure he wants to be a father. He wants the responsibility of being a father. Because I know there are many fathers out there, and please sound off in the comments. I want people to see how many fathers actually do love their children and love spending time with their children and are concerned with creating the best memories for their children. I understand their video is probably just a bit for views and he does a lot of things for the kids otherwise, although saying all of that stuff with the kids in the backseat I think is problematic. But I'm using it mostly to make a general point that if you feel like you don't want the responsibility of actually raising children, then just don't get married and have kids. And as a woman, make sure you find the right partner to raise your children, that's all.
Here's the thing, right? This is why I wanted to show this, right? The first two videos is going to be a little bit about kind of women relationships and marriage and shit like that. Here's the thing, right? The only thing I have a problem with in this video, right, or at least the video that she showed, is the dad cursing. I'm not a fan of cursing in front of your kids. I'm really not. I'm not saying that it's, we do it sometimes. It happens, right? But yeah, probably shouldn't. But that's me nitpicking, okay? Here's the thing. Here's the thing with women, where I always find it funny, right? That women are allowed to voice their opinions, right? It's women deem it as therapeutic, it's just weird. It's just funny that women, and I've seen it where women complain about their kids, okay? Women do it. Women complain about their kids, complain about this, complain about that, or they say shit about their husband, say shit about, raising a kid, the difficulty, the postpartum, the depression, right? And then you get support for that. But here, one clip of a man voicing his opinion, voicing his feelings, not saying that, oh, I hate spending time with my kids. He didn't say that, right? He's saying the logistics of it, okay? Wow, we're going to a pumpkin patch where the kids will complain and we're overspending on pumpkins. Okay? Okay. He's voicing his opinion. Why can't a man voice how he feels? Yet I've seen it countless times and no woman can argue it. We see mothers, we see wives complain, voice their opinion, voice their grievances, whatever, about their kids, about their husband. And other women will scream support to the rooftop. Yet when a man say how he feels, right? We have here that, oh, you shouldn't get married. You shouldn't have kids. Really? This is the thing. Nobody should be happy 100% of the time. Right? You should not be happy 24/7. That is unrealistic. That is delusional. You shouldn't be happy about every freaking thing in your life. You shouldn't, because then you're delusional. Right? I don't know a single person that is happy every waking moment of their life. happy doing every single thing of their life. Here's the thing. It's his kids, his family. He's doing it. He's doing it. He does not need to be the most happiest, the most, I don't know, fun-loving father, at least at that very moment. It's like, this is a problem where social media has, right? We are digging into other people's lives. We are digging into other people's lives. We see a one clip, and then we assume, man, this man must be a shitty dad. He should not have kids. He should not have a family. Really? Do we know this? Do we not? Because it's like, a man voicing his feelings pretty much dictates, you assume how he is. He's a shitty person, shitty dad, shitty husband. Really? It's absolutely ridiculous to me. And this is the thing where, so we want our kids to absolutely see every waking happiness moment. Not a single, it's like, really? Then you are setting your kid for failure in the real world. Because real world, not every waking moment of your life is happiness, is filled with happy people, is filled with happy moments. That is a freaking lie. Okay? Now, unless this family is constantly bickering, constantly angry at each other, constantly fighting, like every waking moment is unhappy, then I agree. They shouldn't be married. They shouldn't have had kids. But it's like to assume that a marriage, a family should be happy every single moment of their life is absolutely ridiculous. And for her, we're going to talk about it, right? For her to bring up few moments of her family, right, of her brothers or whatever, you don't know their life. You are assuming that they are happy every waking moment of their life. That is ridiculous. Okay? And it's just fascinating to me that when men voice their feelings, their opinions, their thought, there's so much vitriol, right? Countering it. It's just really, because like you see on this app day and day, right? On all social media platforms of women voicing their grievances of their kids, of their husband, of their job. Yet if men do it, it's such a problem. It's so ridiculous. We don't have the same support, same leeway when men voice their opinions, right? I cannot tell if this man is the shittiest father in the world just because he's unhappy of going to a pumpkin patch. So he doesn't know that, okay, what if he goes to a pumpkin patch, right? He's unhappy about it. You know what? But he's playing with his kids there. Who knows? You don't know. But it doesn't mean that he needs to be happy driving to it or needs to be happy that, oh, going to a pumpkin patch should be happy. No. Because a lot of people can, compartmentalize. Oh, I'm not happy about going in, but you know what? For my kids, fine. Whatever.
Excited to go to the pumpkin patch? Oh, Jane, I'm so excited to go to the pumpkin patch. To spend 700% for a fucking pumpkin that I could buy at the grocery store for $6, I'm going to spend $45, then listen to the kids bitch and moan for 2 hours while we walk around.
I think more and more.
Here's the thing, right? I recently took out my daughter to an arcade. I mean, I'm not the biggest arcade kind of guy. I wasn't like jumping for joy, incredibly happy. No. But you know what? I went there for her. I played a little games with her, right? I won her some, claw presents, right? Spent a lot of money for her to win some, seriously, I spent, I don't know, maybe close to $200 for her just to win claw presents. Like plushies that would cost, what, $10, $20, right? And she only won like 3 or 4, right? And like probably 2 big ones. So really, I spent $200 more, maybe even more. Okay, I forgot it. I didn't calculate it, but I spent a good deal on claw machines to win plushies that would probably cost you $10 to buy. So really, was I happy about that? No, right? But it don't mean that, you know what? I wasn't happy spending time with my kid, right? It's like we are expected to be happy every waking moment of our life. That is ridiculous. Okay? Absolutely ridiculous. And the insanity that men, right, husbands, fathers are expectant to be happy husbands, to be happy fathers every waking moment. And we are expectant to follow the expectations, the rules of women. Is absolutely insane, because on the reverse, right? On the reverse, we allow women to have postpartum. We allow women to have depression. We allow and we support women to show their emotions, express their views, express their thoughts about their husband, about their kids. We support that. But if it's a man, nah, that's bullshit, right?
Of us are realizing some men want the aesthetic of a family and kids, but they don't actually want to be married and have children. Can you imagine being a...
No, they want to be married and have kids. It's unreasonable to expect them to be perfect. It's unreasonable to expect any marriage to have a perfect view of what you view as perfect. I mean, this woman is idiotic. Okay? Comparing other relationships that she doesn't know about to a relationship that she doesn't know about as well. You're not in it, right? How about I see a wriggler's finger. Compare about your own marriage, right? This is a thing where nothing is perfect, okay? Someone not being happy just at that moment in time, he's complaining about a pumpkin patch. He's not complaining that he hates his kids. He's not complaining that he hates his wife. He's complaining that he hates the pumpkin patch. It don't mean that he doesn't want to spend time with his kids. It's absolutely asinine to expect or to demand men need to be happy every waking moment with their family. It doesn't have to be, right? You don't. It's just that don't make it miserable. Don't make it absolute shitstorm every time, or just be a shitty person. If he went to the pumpkin patch and I don't know, yell at his kids or ignore his kids, treat his kids like terrible, and do this, it's like that's different, right? If you see him treating his kids terribly, treating his wife terribly, okay, yeah, I can see where you can point this. You see him complaining about something. Are men not allowed to complain? Absolutely asinine. Are men not allowed to talk about their feelings?
Kid, you're so excited to go to the pumpkin patch. You're so excited to spend some time with your dad, and this is what he's saying in the front seat. And I believe at least one of their kids was in the back seat while they made this video. And there's a couple comments like, this is every dad. No, this is not every dad. I grew up with a father who loved to spend time with his family. And I was just with my brother who also loves to spend time with his kids.
How is his, right, complaining about the pumpkin patch, right? Saying that his kids will go there and complain about it. Saying that, it's overly priced. Saying that he doesn't love to spend time with his kids. How? Right? It's like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yo, Oren, what's up, Define?
Kids, he very excitedly took all 3 of his young children to the pumpkin patch, him and his wife, both excited. Got the pumpkins, got all the fun fall food, all the apple cider, all the donuts, etc. Took a bunch of pictures and made happy memories with his family. Really think more.
What about all the other times? What about, it's like, and this is the thing, right? We have a problem with, we constantly comparing our lives to other people. Like living like a Jones, right? This is honestly, I think, a fallacy of women. Their flaw in ideology. We need to compare, right? And this is the thing. In my opinion, this is why we have the problem with marriages, or the high divorce rates by women, right? Because women are constantly comparing. Women constantly want, oh, the grass is greener. I want better. I want different. This is the problem right here. This mindset is a problem with modern day relationships and marriages. where women constantly compare, right? If you want it so badly, date your brother, marry your brother. Because here's the thing, not every man is like every other man. Not every situation is like every other situation. And this is the thing, she is pretty much building her logic on men expressing their feelings. You do not know the in and outs of your father's marriage and of your brother's marriage. You don't know. You don't know about the difficulties, the struggles, the parts that were bad. This is the thing. This is the dangers of social media. You only see the good. Okay? The majority of the time, you only see the good side. You do not see the ugly side of a lot of marriages. And you don't see the deep details. But yet, we constantly compare. We constantly compare and contrast. And that is the problem.
More men should consider not getting married. And I don't mean that as some sort of slight, but I feel like some of them...
It is a slight. Absolute slight. Because here's the thing. So you think that some men shouldn't be married because of your initial video. That's where your basis is wrong. Men are talking about their feelings, talking about their thoughts. That is the basis, right? That's the video that she's clipping. Because a man is voicing his opinion about something, his thoughts about something. So you base that and to say that, oh, some men should not get married. Here's the thing, the men that should not get married, the men that should not get married are the men that are abusive, the men that are cheaters, the men that are just actually neglectful fathers. Okay? Those are the men that shouldn't get married. Maybe there's a bit more, right? Because maybe I can't think of it from the top of my head. But seriously, a man that voices his opinions is not a man I would include in that category. Okay? He voiced his opinion that he's not crazy about going to the pumpkin patch, right? That his kids, he said his kids will complain about it, and it's overpriced. Whoop-de-doo. But he's still going, right? And this is the thing where women seem to not forget. It's like you don't have to be absolutely, I don't know, jumping for joy, happiness. Maybe he would, be spending good time with his kids there. But this is the thing where it's just like you pretty much base all your views on a man expressing his feelings. Yes, with to be honest, I find this, right? Do children maybe see a sense of that? Like those negativity? I see that. But honestly, if you spend the time with your kids, right, that negativity is very inconsequential. It really is. Okay? And we don't know how this father treats his kids.
Don't know, there is an option where you don't get married and you get to stay home, you do whatever you want, you play your video games or whatever else it is that you are really interested in doing if you're not interested in being a good husband and raising your children. If you would much rather just drink with the boys, just watch your sports game.
It's like being a good husband, being a good father does not mean that you have to be happy 100% of the time. We have to allow for the human experience. This is the problem with women, right? Where I'm talking about this. I think women only gauge things on a selfish emotion spectrum. Happiness. Here's my opinion, right? You always wonder why. Why is the divorce rate, or why do women, predominantly the ones, to divorce? Because women gauge everything on happiness. A very fluctuating, very temporary emotion. Okay? You can be happy one moment, sad the next, angry the next. It's like, seriously, yo, Rich, bro, you're amazing. Yo, thank you, bro. Thank you for the support, Rich. But this is the thing where women, honestly, this is why a lot of marriages are failing and women are the ones who leave it. Because they're not happy. They're bored. They gauge everything on happiness. And that is the fallacy that we are seeing. You do not have to be happy every waking moment. You do not have to be happy at every single thing you do in life. That is ridiculous. That is the delusion. Okay? Happiness is great. Right? I want to be happy. I like being happy. Who doesn't? But here's the thing. To expect yourself to be happy at every single moment in your life is absolutely asinine. Okay? And a man can complain about whatever, going to a pumpkin patch. It don't mean that he won't create good moments with his kids. It don't mean that he doesn't love his wife. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love his kids. That's the ridiculous of it. And that's the thing where, oh, women do this. I'm not happy, so I'm going to break up my family. Because I care about my happiness. I care about happiness. This is the selfishness of it, okay? He is allowed to complain about shit. It doesn't mean that, you know what, it's about his actions too. If he complains and then he treats his kids like shit, he treats his wife like shit, okay, then you can say shit. But if he complains, he's expressing his feelings, yet he's a very dutiful husband, a very attentive father, or a loving father. Seriously.
And not be bothered, then just do that and don't get married. And women, before you get married and have children with somebody, really make sure he wants to be a father. He wants the responsibility of being a father. Because I know there are many fathers out there, and please sound off in the comments. I want people to see how many fathers actually do love their children and love spending time with their children and are concerned with creating the best memories.
I think it's honestly ridiculous, okay? I have heard plenty of women saying that, you know what, it's like, this is funny that if you're a parent, you need to spend every waking moment with your child. You need to be happy at every waking moment with your child. It's absolutely asinine. It is unrealistic and it's idiotic. Should you be unhappy every moment of their life? No! But seriously, there's a range of emotions, right? To be happy every freaking moment is absolutely asinine. And only stupid ass women who is ruled by their emotion, who's controlled by, oh, I need to be happy. That is the danger. That is the idiocy of it. Okay? You do not need to be happy every waking moment, right? You do not need to be with your child every waking moment and be happy about it every waking moment to be a good parent, let alone a good father. I see mothers, right, try to spend time away from their kids. Does that seem like, oh, she must not be happy with her kids? She must be a terrible mom. She should have never been a mom because, oh, she needed time away from her kids. Or, you know what, she expressed her feelings of whatever, a moment of unhappiness. She should have aborted. She should have not ever had kids. She should have never been a mom. Because God forbid, she can express a moment of, you know what, dissatisfaction. Oh, no woman is complaining about that shit. No woman is talking about that shit. But if a man express any unhappiness or whatever, oh, he should have never married. He should have never had kids. Absolutely asinine.
For their children. I understand their video is probably just a bit for views and he does a lot of things for the kids otherwise, although saying all of that stuff with the kids in the backseat I think is problematic. But I'm using it mostly to make a
Again, I mean, I say cursing is a bit problematic, but expressing your views, okay? I mean, like, do I need to think that my dad is gonna love every waking moment to be with me? No. Do I think my mom is Mom, this is the thing, right? Our mom, our dad ain't our best friend. They're not our best friend. They're our parents, okay? They do not need to be happy every waking moment in your life. How they treat you matters, okay? How they treat you matters. But they don't need to be happy every waking moment, you know, in your life. This is the thing where women are so ruled by their emotions, it's so idiotic.
General point that if you feel like you don't want the responsibility of actually raising children, then just don't get married and have kids. And as a woman, make sure you find the right partner to raise your children. That's all.
Am I excited?
I think it's absolutely asinine, but I don't know. What do you guys think?